Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming back to my channel today, or for coming for the first time if you're new here. I really appreciate you watching this video. I do kind of a baking series on my channel / cooking, I guess, because it's a huge hobby of mine. And I was looking back through my videos. I make banana bread all the time, and I might be wrong, but it doesn't look like I've ever done a video making banana bread. So I thought I need to do that right away. And I have 3 perfectly ripe or overripe, really, bananas that need to be used up, and they're just going to be absolutely perfect for banana bread. So it's super simple, super no-fail, delicious recipe that I use every time. I'm going to be tweaking it a little this time because I just made one yesterday, so this one's going to be for my dad. He wants it. He likes it a little different, so. But it's like your basic banana bread, but it's just so good. Turns out perfect every time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my pan, which I greased, and then I'm gonna cut some parchment paper to make like a little hammock for the bread so that it's easy to just pull out of the pan when it's done. Okay. So here's my parchment paper. And then I just cut it to the length of the pan, so like this. So there. Then it just gets placed in the pan, and that's what we'll pour the batter into. And you've got these little handles to pull it out when it's done. Makes it really easy. So the next thing, I already melted my butter because it's quite loud in the microwave, so I did it before I started the sounds. So the next thing I'll do is put in our sugar. And we need 1 cup of sugar. Oh, and this was half a cup of butter. This is half a cup here, and 1 cup there. So stir that around. Mix in the melted butter and the sugar. It smells really good. And then I've got my 3 medium ripe bananas. The riper the better, honestly, because they're just sweeter and more flavorful. And then I just cut out any little dark spots. And then slice it up to make it a little bit easier for me to mash. There. And I'll just do that 2 more times. Same thing. Some of them can be, some parts can be a little bit too far gone. You just cut it out if it's really dark and mushy. It's honestly probably a lot of it's still probably fine to use, but I just turns out the same if I cut a little bit out, so I do. And last one. Yeah, these ones really needed to be used up probably earlier than today, but these were ripe, very ripe when I bought them actually, because they were on sale. I ended up buying like 8 bananas for 20 cents or something like crazy like that, so they'll be perfect for this banana bread here. There. Okay, and then I just start mashing them up as fine as I can with a fork into the butter and sugar. You could mash the bananas first, or you could mash them in a separate bowl, but I find it's just as easy to mash them with the butter and sugar already in there. And I put the butter and sugar first because you've got to melt the butter. And I don't like to put eggs into like hot melted butter because I'm afraid they'll like start to cook and scramble almost. So I try and like cool down my batter if it has melted butter before I throw in the eggs. So if I put the melted butter first and then the sugar and then the banana, and then it calls for a little bit of milk, so then I'll put all that first, and then it will make sure that by the time the eggs go in, the batter is nice and cooled down. There, and just make sure there aren't any like super big chunks of banana. And then we're good to go. So next I'll put in the milk. So it calls for a 1/4 cup of milk. I have some evaporated canned milk left over from baking something else. So I'm just gonna do about half of that and then about half water, and it will make it roughly the same like thickness as non-evaporated milk. Here, give that a stir. Can't see any huge banana chunks, which is good. And then I'll add a little bit of vanilla. It says 1 teaspoon. I usually just do a capful. It's roughly a teaspoon, I think. Use my spoon now. There. And then now is time for the 2 eggs. So 2 large eggs. There. Then I'll just mix that all together. And then next we've got 2 cups of flour. One cup. 2 cups. Teaspoon of baking soda. I just grabbed my half teaspoon thing just because it's right there. I'm gonna put that twice. And then half teaspoon of salt. And stir that all around. So what I'm doing different to what I normally do is I'm not putting in any chocolate chips. Normally I add chocolate chips to mine, but my dad is more of like a healthy, not that it's healthy anyway, but he will prefer it without the chocolate chips, I think. And then I would also normal sprinkle like some coarse sugar, like sugar in the raw, on top to make this crispy, crunchy layer, but he'll probably appreciate that without it. The less sugar, the better, I think he'll think. So I'm just sticking to the regular batter on its own, which is nice and easy. And bring over my little hammock, and I just put that over, hold something there to it, just because I have in the past had it just sticking up and kind of curling in, and then accidentally pour the batter onto the hammock when it's laying down, and it can go wrong. So I normally just hold down the flaps with something and just pour it in. I got to use my pretty birthday cake spatula. Don't know if you can tell, but it has sprinkles all over it. I love using it. It's just so fun. Alright, and that's literally it. And then at this point is when I would sprinkle the sugar on top, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to stick that in the oven, bake it for about an hour, and I'll see you back here when it's done. Okay, so it has been an hour and it's just about ready to come out of the oven. So I'll take it out and show you what it looks like. So it's cracked like that at the top, nice and brown. And I'm just gonna see with my little cake tester, just make sure it comes out clean, which it basically does. Yeah. Yep. Coming out clean. Yep. It's good. So just let it sit like that for a minute and then I'll haul it out, and then I'll stick it on the cooling rack. So first I just kind of stick a knife down the sides. This just helps make it come out even a little bit easier again. There, that's all I do, and then you can just pull it right out. There. It's so delicious. If you make this, you won't regret it. It's easy, delicious, turns out perfect every time. 1 hour in the oven, 350 degrees. It's amazing. Classic. If you make it, let me know. And I hope it turns out great. I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you really soon.